come on here, Alexander's ragtime band. Come on and here, it's the best band in the land.
Talking to David Suisman here in Springfield, Massachusetts. And David, you were just telling us about one of the songs on your website.
After the Ball, first modern popular song, popular hit. Still well known today for its catchy chorus. And yet what people forget about After the Ball is that it represents this genre from the 1890s called the tearjerker ballad. And there's story songs, and usually there's a catch, some sort of revelation in the last verse. And this is true for After the Ball. It's the story of a young woman who young girl asks her uncle, why aren't you married? And he goes on to talk about how this stuff happened after the ball, and he saw his girlfriend kissing this other man. And in the final verse, the one that is often not sung, that sort of gets neglected for the catchy chorus, he reveals that he learned years later that this man, his girlfriend was kissing, was but her brother.
Oh, God.
Yes. All for naught. His whole life he remains a bachelor for this. So part of this ironic sort of Victorian twist of the romantic tragedy.
If only he had thought to ask the simple question.
Exactly. But the shame was too great.
Sure. It's the cover of David's book, and if you have any kind of musical literacy at all, you will recognize it is based on. It is a pastiche on something very familiar. Apparently this sign from New York's Herald Square was very expensive, and the dog is 25 feet high. So basically it's about to eat the people that are working on the sign.
I won't sing it. I think it would be incriminating for me to sing on the recording, but Gavin, maybe you would sing later, a couple of bars.
All right, so what was the commercial revolution in American music, and why is it just American? Why do you hate the rest of the world, David?
Great questions. First of all, what is the commercial revolution? Well, it was basically this transformation in which music becomes widely functioning as a commodity. It's the rise of the modern music business as we know it. In some sense, it's the beginning of the culture industry as we know it. Why American focus? It's actually a transnational story, and I chose to focus on the U.S. because it was easier to sort of narrow down.
Does that mean you have another book coming on the international?
It has been considered. There's a lot of the rest of the world in this book.
Why did you choose to write about monkeys throwing poo?
Well, they don't. That is slanderous and erroneous to say there's no poo throwing.
You're saying it's a chimpanzee, not a monkey?
No, it's in the monkey house, and that monkey you're referring to is the one before whose cage Enrico Caruso allegedly molested a woman.
That was a big law case, right?
It was in 1906. And sort of the first modern celebrity trial. And Enrico Caruso, best known opera singer, best known musical performer of the early 20th century probably, arrested for pinching this woman's butt, and it goes to this trial.
For pinching, man, he could be a Supreme Court judge.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even speak. That's not much. I mean, I'm glad that the police were on top of this. No one should be out there pinching people's butts, but
there's also a lot of evidence to suggest that it was a setup.
Really?
Yes.
So what was were they looking for celebrity payoff?
They were looking for well-dressed gentlemen in Central Park who they might be able to arrest and then sort of extort some money out of.
Oh, so it's a basic shakedown? Yeah.
Shakedown. How to keep this out of the papers, how to keep it out of, how to go into the police station. You get somebody who looks like he could pay off a policeman. And
you know, I think it's great that you came out of the witness protection program to this secret headquarters here in Springfield. You know, you're putting yourself out there at incredible personal risk to talk about your book. You know, how have you lived the last 5 years under a different ID?
Well, I've shaved the mustache. Now that the book is out, I've shaved the mustache. I've let the hair grow out a little bit.
You look good as a blonde.
Well, thank you. It was brutal on my hair. Let me just tell you that. And now that I'm sort of just coming out, I think I'm ready to take the exposure. I mean, look at Salman Rushdie. He was living under the fatwa for many years, and then finally he decided to break the word.
You're not as cuddly as Salman Rushdie.
Oh, we differ in many ways, and yet On this, perhaps.
Yeah. Do you have the same kind of predilection for young models?
No.
Is that the type of celebrity culture that you like?
I have not yet discovered what my favorite celebrity culture is, but I'm not looking for young Twiggy.
Are you gonna go on a rock and roll tour with your book?
So far, the rock and roll tour consists of a trip to New York from Philadelphia.
All right. Okay. When are you reading?
21st of May.
Yeah.
In New York City at Barnes & Noble on 5th Avenue and 18th Street.
Ooh, exciting. All right.
6 p.m. Hope to see you there.
So, hopefully amusing at the same time that it's compelling and edifying.
Compelling and edifying. David Suisman, thank you very much.
Come on here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on and yeah, it's the best band in the land.